season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter. Right now, folks, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Freak.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Pierce is out there with Cole Aldridge. Then it's Crawford. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Paul. And that bucket right there, folks, is the first official NBA basket from Freak.
You know, there should be a lot more of those ahead. I mean, he's no flash in the pan, guys. I mean, he's going to be around this league a long time.
Certainly appears that way to me, too. I mean, he's got the confidence and ability of a player who's capable of being a fixture in this league for years. You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Feeds to Crawford. All sorts of time, and the shot falls short this time.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Clippers leading by 9. Paul passes to Rivers. Left side, Pierce. 1 second left. And it would have counted. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA. You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective. It's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldridge, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Pierce comes in for Jeff Green. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Jay. And it's Paul in for Rivers. Freak in at point guard. Caspi is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Kufis, and it's Collison in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. And good, the three-point shot, good from Freak. Freak's got 7. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Pass to Cauley Stein. Trying his luck deep. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Freak.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
The drive by Collison. He took good advantage of that screen.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Crawford missing again.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Freak. And another 3 for Sacramento.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And the first half. The second half just about to get going here. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Green. And it's Rivers in for J.J. Redick. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Crawford. Cole Aldrich is out there with Pierce. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Rivers in at shooting guard. There's the screen. Here's Freak. Again, the miss by the Kings. Clippers leading by 14. Crawford kicks to Rivers. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't shoot it.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Sacramento. Freak comes in for Darren Collison. And then for Los Angeles, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldrich. Griffin comes in for Pierce. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Paul. Freak, he's in at the point. Cauley Stein is out there with Caspi. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And that one's good. And that's 12 points for Austin.
In this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Los Angeles.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Jordan. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Griffin dishes to Jordan. 6 to shoot. The putback cleans up the mess with the savage putback flush.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without with points and rebounds tonight, and that made the difference. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports